This is how much I made in my first year of being on TikTok Shop. Hi everyone, so you're welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Money. Today I will be talking about the amount I made being 1 year on TikTok Shop. Call me Mo. I am a business owner and I share content pertaining to business, finance, and other related topics from time to time. If this is your first time listening to or watching my video, you're absolutely welcome. And if you are returning, I hope you have been finding value in everything I've been sharing. Now, this video is specifically made for persons who are looking to start out, particularly on TikTok Shop, and you do have a particular budget. And most likely, you're also trying as much as possible to keep your finances as close as possible to your chest. So I decided to make this video just to let you know what my journey has been and how much I made whilst I started my selling on TikTok. This has nothing to do with other platforms. This is largely what I have made here on TikTok. And I also decided to make this video because I think that a lot of people, or there aren't resources and available information on what the process is like and what the real realities are. So before I get right into this video, I'll like to share a quick disclaimer. Please note that the information I will be sharing here today should be treated as educational information only and should not be treated as business, finance, legal, or advertisement. Now, I started TikTok Shop in August of last year, August of 2023, late August, and I'd say that it was a leap of faith I had to take at the time. I decided to just try out TikTok Shop, and the TikTok account I created happened to be, let's say, the first account, so to speak, that I have ever had on TikTok. Okay, so I did create a Little Vision account on TikTok, I think in May of last year, but I wasn't really using it. I would just share some of the content I had on this platform, on that platform on TikTok. But what happened was when I started, when I was to start my TikTok Shop account, I had to start a business account. And I'd say that that's the most active I've been on any social media platform. I'd say the process was one that I had to contemplate how I was going to do lives. I was going to grow my account and a number of other things. I started that account from ground zero. The other account I had, which is the Little Vision account on TikTok, barely had about, I think we had about 3 or 4 followers at that time, and I wasn't engaging so much on that platform. What I just would do was to just share my Little Vision content on the platform. But the TikTok business account I created happened to be the one I really did engage in, and I had to grow from scratch. Now I'm going to tell you what the TikTok technology was like. I particularly liked the fact that the technology or the AI on the TikTok Shop was easy. It's something that you could easily master once you continuously do it. The Seller Center account was also really good, and particularly when you go live, you tend to, or you are able to make sales. Sales could be redundant if you just share content and attach or link your products to the sales. But the moment you decide to go live events helps you connect with people, and then you're also able to make more sales. And that's how I started. Like I said earlier, a lot of people do not talk about the process. I'd say that the whole process isn't as easy, particularly if you are that person starting your account from ground zero. It would have been easier if I had an active following on active accounts, and prior to me creating a business account, it would have been way easier. But I was starting a fresh TikTok account with 0 followers. Had pretty few friends, and I had to grow that account from 0 up to over 400 just by, engaging with people coming on lives, people following, and everything was grown organically. I'll also say that I also made a lot of new friends, and the support was fantastic. So I like the fact that the technology for the TikTok shop is really easy for persons who are on that platform, particularly because you can link your product whenever. And then the process itself requires you to take steps. I had to continuously have, create content, have lives. I mean live events, just to on a consistent basis. And I would say at this point that in as much as this video is to encourage someone out there, I'd also say that if you are that person looking to start out a business, whether you want to launch on TikTok shop or you want to launch on another e-commerce platform, I'd encourage you that you have to know the reason you are in the business. Running a business, starting a business is not as easy. But for me, I usually would say that the reason I decided to start a business is the thing that keeps me going. This process or the process, you would need to keep motivating yourself, because there are times that you would either be on live stream, either on TikTok or on another platform. You might not make a sale in a whole day. You might not make a sale in 2 days, but you just have to keep going. And that was the way the process was. Apart from the TikTok IT system, there was a need for consistent content creation and also live events, because live events did really bring in sales. And I also say that it has to take a lot of convictions for you to know what you really want, particularly if you are selling on either TikTok shop or any other e-commerce platform. I do have my products on other platforms, and but I'm only trying to share the experiences and how much I made on TikTok. Now, from late August up to December, we made sales. We did have new customers, and a number of these customers have actually become our friends. I'd also say that most of my customers were organic customers. I'd say all, they came organically. I can recall that between the space of August to December, we only ran ads twice. And I can also assure you that not one of those ads generated a sale. But the sales that we made were largely through live events that we had. I also joined a lot of TikTok shop campaigns at the time, but we made sales at the time. But how much itself did I make through this process? I intentionally have not said the amount I've made, because I want someone out there to understand that when you want to go to any sort of business, it is not an easy step. You have to consider a lot of things, and you have to be convinced that it is what you want to do. For my own line of business, you had to watch resources, because you need resources for products that you are procuring, for shipping, for cost, and a number of other things. I don't want to go into those details. I will discuss all that in another video, or possibly a live stream event in the coming weeks. So how much did I really make in my first year? I made a total of $460, and this was an amount I made from late August when I started all through December. I think December 15th or thereabouts, and I was elated. I was really happy that I could do this. So some it might be, it's not so much, but that's the reality of TikTok shop or any other e-commerce platform. The truth is, you have to put in a lot of work unless you already have the resources in abundance measure and you are willing to put in a lot of resources. If you are that person who is conserving resources and you have your resources very close to your heart, you will be really prudent in how you expend it. And that's why I also said, if you want to go into business, whether e-commerce or whatever kind of business, you have to be sure that you have some monies on the side that you would be able to meet your personal needs. It is a journey that isn't a sprint. Business is a marathon, particularly if you want to be there for a long time. So what are the lessons that I learned in the process? I learned about being extremely prudent with finances, with resources. I also learned how to do live events, and I think that that's one of my biggest things, and that platform also gave me the opportunity to be able to explore my creative part a lot. I love being creative and I like exploring. Additionally, it taught me a whole lot of things about the system. I have made videos about TikTok Shop and the process, which keeps changing by the day. I think I'm going to have a live stream events possibly by next week, so that I can, just talk more about these things. So here you have it. $460 was what I made in my first year, and that was from late August to December. It is not rocket science, and it is not a get rich quick scheme. TikTok requires patience, and just like every other e-commerce platform, if you are that person who's ready to expend monies, you would expend a lot of monies running ads, digital marketing, and a whole lot of other things. But if you are that person who also wants to learn the process, and you also have a plan on how you want to gain customers, you also would learn a whole lot of things. For me, my goal was to have customers that are paying, customers that are organic, and customers that will be willing to come back to buy products from us. And I'm grateful that we're able to achieve that, and that's what we are also aiming for. It was a process that I did enjoy, particularly because it was my first time, so to speak, starting and having something, on the e-commerce space. So it was something I was elated to explore, and that was it. And I was only able to determine that amount when I filed my taxes earlier in the year, and I was so happy. Even though I kept my accounts, I kept my records, but I was excited that something that I started without any sort of following, we're able to come up with this amount. So I hope that this video encourages somebody out there. If you are that person looking to start out your business, no matter how small, and perhaps you're wondering how to go about it, and you are a bit, concerned that possibly you might not have all the resources that you need, I'm saying to you today, don't be discouraged. Take that step. It starts with taking that step, and every other thing will fall into place. The truth is, you might not have all the information. Even people who are considerably winning might not give you all the information. Business comes with its own challenges. Everything comes with its challenges. And for me, what I always said to myself was the end goal. Why did I go into business? And what is my end goal? And like I said earlier, you would need a lot of self-motivation, because there are times when you feel discouraged. But because of the end goal that you are looking at, you will tell yourself you keep going. And there are times, and these times are always a lot, where you see the results and you're always happy, and you'll be glad that you never gave up. So I hope that this video ministers to someone out there. And if you feel like sharing this to someone who might need it, don't hesitate to. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.